Hey guys, it's Ross going on the Space Couch. Today I want to talk to you about a company called Masten Space Systems. Now, they were founded in 2004 and they're based out in Mojave in California. There's a lot of other rocket companies based out in Mojave or have an office there. Now, they're developing a line of vertical takeoff, vertical landing, that's VTVL, spacecraft. Initially that'd be for like unmanned suborbital research flights, leading to, say, orbital versions of that. It's run by a guy called Dave Masten, obviously owner of the company, it gives it its name, and he is a full-on, hands-on engineer type, you know, totally into his rockets, mad as a box of frogs. There's some really good interviews with him on the TMRO show, and he can talk for hours and hours and hours about rocketry, spaceships, engineering, and he often does. He even hangs around for their after dark part of the show, you know, where essentially just talk, as well as the main interview. He's very interesting, very engaging as well. I really like his style of delivery. Now, Masten Space Systems, they competed in the Lunar Lander Challenge X Prize back in 2009. Now, that was funded by NASA and Northrop Grumman, and in that, obviously there's a series of stages you have to meet to go through to the next round or to receive funding. So they won the Level 1 second prize, that's worth about $150,000, and the Level 2 first prize, that was worth $1 million. And obviously, that helps them develop for the next round and continue the research into their craft. Now, the vehicles that they have come up with, all of these I'm going to say, the first initial is an X. So it's the Zombie, the Zoe, the Zero, or X-Aero it looks like, the X-Aero B, and the Zeus. Now, they're all unmanned landers, proof of concepts, competition entries, that sort of thing. And they've helped to develop the landing accuracy of these craft to within inches, you know. You know, like how SpaceX, that facility they've got out at McGregor where they were launching the Grasshopper and then that Falcon 9 first stage, you know, going up and up and up, that drone footage showing it and then going back down and landing, scattering all the crowds. Same thing here, you know, they've done many up and down sort of things with that, and one of them has even crashed, unfortunately, but it hasn't been a huge setback. So basically they've signed a Space Act agreement with NASA, you know, and this is where they can get like technical expertise and sometimes funding as well to help them with their research, and that was in 2014, in September of that year. And this agreement lasts for 3 years through to August 2017. Very interesting, those timelines, isn't it? All the other things that start to come to fruition at the end of 2017. There's 22 milestones in this Space Act agreement, so there's plenty of work for them to be doing between now and then. And what it calls for is an end-to-end demonstration of hardware and software that enables a commercial lander on the moon. I'm sure I can think of at least one person who would be interested in that, who's planning his own lunar base, Mr. Bigelow, obviously. So I wonder if they know each other. I'm sure Bigelow and Masten know each other very well. They've also received funding from DARPA. Yes, I know, it's the dark side. That's the Defence Advanced Research Projects Agency. It's how the government funds all those super secret black projects, basically, you know, as well as some more public ones. Those robot animals that I think Boston Dynamics have been developing, those terrifying ones that can run, DARPA helped fund those. And also the X-37, that secret space plane that's up in orbit at the moment, they also had a hand in that, and many other things, of course. That DARPA contract with Masten, that was worth $3 million, and that's to help them develop an experimental space plane, another space plane, brilliant, even if it is from DARPA. Now that's going to be called the XS-1. Yeah, it definitely seems like everyone's doing the space plane these days. Very interesting concept. It should be a reusable first stage, Then hypersonic speed up to suborbital altitude, expendable upper stages, which would deploy the satellite that would go into orbit. It does sound a bit like the Boeing X-37, that one that's up there at the moment, and also some of the work sounds similar to what SpaceX are doing with their reusable stages, and also ULA with their reusable engines on the Vulcan. Mind you, speaking of that X-37, what is it doing up there, I wonder? You know, it can only be doing a handful of things. Spying on the Russians and the Chinese, mostly I expect. Unless it's looking out for that Black Knight satellite, you know, that's been up there for a long time before we launched anything up there. Anyway, Masten, another one of these new space up-and-comers, you know. But they have actually built and flown their own hardware. Like I said, one of their landers crashed last year during a test flight. But, I mean, it's like Elon Musk says, you also learn things when things go wrong, you know. Always best to find out in testing if your spaceship's going to explode or crash than during flight when there's people on board, obviously. Yeah. And obviously, a company like Masten getting interest from people like, say, DARPA shows that it must be worth investing in. Kind of like how the British government invested in reaction engines with the Skylon engine, perhaps. That sort of thing. You know, I mean, they do also, Masten that is, offer their rocket engines on a commercial basis to interested parties. So yeah, build engines and sell them. Why not? You don't have to hold on to them for yourself, I suppose. Definitely another company to keep your eye on. Anyway, guys, that was just a quick overview of Masten Space Systems. We will be hearing more from them in the future, I'm sure. If there's any updates on that space plane they're building, or if he makes another appearance on the TMRO show, I shall let you know. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave a comment or a suggestion for a topic you'd like to see discussed, or why don't you hit that big high five?